My sick leave, what is remaining of it, was yet again interrupted. After my successes on many modded campaigns, as well as the Wolfheart campaign, my notability had arisen, and I was hired on to help some ladies of the jungle secure a foothold against a Skaven and actually my former ally, Marcus Wolfheart. And once they were done securing said provinces or locations, that was about it. It was a simple campaign. Just wanting to get a feeling for a lot of unique units. It was actually my first extremely unique campaign. And I think after this, I had yet another extremely unique campaign that was actually about the most fun I've ever had in Warhammer of all time. Unfortunately, these lasses, and I think some lads, did not share in said ambitions or in said fruitful success. While there was a lot of fun, I got to kick some Skaven ass. I got to run around, have a lot of fun, and build up a pretty hefty army in the end to at least imply that I would be facing Archeon the Everchosen and the like. I actually did do that shit in the next campaign. So I am giving you guys something to look forward to. That is not to say that this campaign is not up to snuff. We have some pretty good battles. Showing off these new units. I'm glad their little avatars are very pixelated. And I think I'm going to be outsourcing this in 1K resolution. I just don't like how they're dressed in the video game. Not because I didn't find it, whatever in the moment. More so because YouTube, I've seen it flat out ban people for Minecraft skins that are slightly sexual. So, we're playing with fire here. But either way, they have some really good ranged units, including some mounted ranged units that just kind of become absolute beasts. Or not mounted, they have I think intermingled melee units or something. They are quite good at what they do. And then we have some heavy hitting infantry, but our lord ends up doing a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to clearing out swaths of things. I noticed this with this faction. It's very much comparable to, I would like to say, like Clan Wars, where, Clan Wars, your highest units are the Storm Vermin. They are going to wipe the floor with things. They are going to survive the longest. But outside of that, your lords are going to be, your lord and your chiefs are going to be carrying everything, especially with the bone crusher mounts of your chiefs. That is very much the same here. Your lord and any of your hired Amazonian heroes actually carry a lot of the thunder of the campaign. I'm having some tinnitus, or there's some sort of high-pitched noise in my room. I'm going to hope it is tinnitus, and you guys cannot hear it. But the lords and the heroes have some upgrades that give them different weapons and different skill sets, and they have some really good ranged potential as well as melee potential. But then you actually have a little bit more of an overhead when it comes to the high-class melee units. You have some berserkers who end up being kind of like the Cornite berserkers, or what are they? The berserkers in the Norska campaigns. Just some really heavy hitters, not very well armored, but will carry their own against basically everything. You have those, and then you have a couple different types of levels of prestige, I'm going to say, of some really heavy hitting infantry that have minor armor. Nothing to call home about. Nothing to compare to dwarves, basic empire, any of that. But they have, I think there's like 2 tiers of them. One upgrade in the red, upgrades your like tier 2, 3, and 4. No, tier 3 and 4 of this melee one. It's like the warriors instead of like the savage fighting. The savage fighting one upgrades like the berserkers, who also are a tier 5 unit. And then the other one upgrades like the tier 4 and 5, and they're called like totem warriors or so. And then are like the level 3 and 2 and 3, and then wolf warriors or jaguar warriors or eagle warriors or some bullshit is like the tier 5. And you know, they're lightly armored. I believe that they have some effects that really are to call home about. I got a couple battles in with them that don't actually end up in this footage, and that is of no fault to you guys. I'm not like, oh, they sucked or something. It is entirely that my footage was, you know, I was done recording for the day, and I went back in. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't do this. I just wasn't recording. And at this point, yeah, I could go back and do it, and there's a chance I go do that. If you guys want to see the high-class battles with this faction, I can totally load up the save and do it. But right now, I got the campaign to a point I want it in the end. I really want to show off the fighting between these two unique factions, the Rotblood Tribe, that's kind of Norska and Skaven, and our faction is going to be a good chunk of this episode, and then we will wrap up this episode with, you know, how the story concludes, how I, you know, gave my services, and is that the wording I want to use? Yeah, no, I successfully worked this campaign to a point that was a admirable victory. Let's put in those words. Driving back their forces, about as easy as can be, but I find chaos in general, in whatever form, whatever game, typically, unless you're the one playing it, gets away with as little losses as possible to come back and kick your ass. I honestly cannot wait to play that faction. Rattling Gunners and Berserkers. Oh my god. It's going to be crazy. I think they have some unique units too. It's so crazy. No, really good faction from the looks of it. You know, Skaven aren't inherently chaos, but they will trade Warpstone with chaos, and chaos will work with them. So, I see it as an absolute win. We were going to lose something, so we had to go ahead and battle it again, even though we won, which is absolute baloney, but you know what? It was an easy battle the second time around. No real struggle. We just hard focused their machines with a good amount of units, and then we hard focused their lord to make sure he was not making it out alive. And then a couple other things. If you guys can hear, I have a frog in my throat. It almost sounds like I have congestion. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think something in his drink I just opened up, orange dreamsicle. I might be allergic to it, because my throat is like swelling. Like, I'm not like aspirating yet, but kind of feeling that tightness in my chest. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm worried. But yeah, no, we kicked this ass, just absolutely broke them. What was unbreakable broke pretty quickly too. We killed the absolute shit out of them. Absolutely lovely. Great fight. I think they're all broken. We hang around for a minute to make sure a lot of their units are just getting pelted down to the absolute minimum. Someone just opened my door. That or a cat is about to come say hello. Both are options. We will see. We're going to capture a couple more areas, actually. 1 second. Let's go ahead and do it. I want to capture this up here from Luther, because he moved on up here. And we've got some allies here that could have helped fight us, but they weren't entirely with the gang, as it were. And then we also move up to have a northern front against Marcus Wolfhart. And we also secure our southern borders with trade deals. And that's about all you can hope for. That's a nice little victory. We've got peace with everyone who wished us harm, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and wherever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. If not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's all right. Positive affirmations as always. It means the world to me that you guys watched, that you guys viewed, that you guys enjoyed, all that, and it always will. And thank you. If you guys want to see more of this episode in specific, I can always boot it up, show you guys the late game. If not, I hope you guys did enjoy what you did get to see. Hell yeah.